Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you something very important and something that's actually really easy to learn even if you're a beginner in Blender. And that is, how do you take an animation? In this case I have these cannonballs that I've animated, right? And you could use this for virtually anything, but you animate it with some basic keyframes and then you tell Blender's physics simulation at what point you want the animation to switch off and then physics to take over. So then you don't have to animate the complicated part. So all I had to, in this instance, which I'm going to be showing you, this is the tutorial, right? I've got this ball here, and I've essentially just animated moving from this spot to this spot, and then I've told Blender at this moment here, switch off the animation, but take into account this movement, and then just take over the physics. And what this results in is me not having to do the rest of this animation here. Now this has so many applications. For example, if you were animating a car riding and then it like hit something and then you want it to flip and roll, you can just switch off at that moment and then the physics of the flipping and rolling will happen by itself. So there is so many applications for this. Like I said, very beginner friendly. And what I'm using here is just a model that I got for free online. It's just this beautiful cannon. And if you want this, all you have to do is go to polyhaven.com and you can go to their assets and just look for this cannon. It's completely free and I give full credit to the people who made it. Now what I did is I downloaded the zip file and then I extracted that zip file and I just clicked on the blend file inside of there and here it is. So how do we do this? Okay, so I'm going to just grab one of these cannonballs. I'm going to go Alt P. I'm just going to clear the parent just so we have it free. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the top view. I'm just going to go G and move this cannonball right here. So it's sitting in the middle. And then in the side view, I'm going to go G, Z and just move it up. We want it right in here in the back of the chamber, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to go in our front view, or in this case, for me to see it properly, I have to be in my left view. So I'm just hitting 3 on my number pad. Let's come here to our timeline and I'm going to come here to the timeline and I'm going to come to frame 1. And we only need a few frames. I'm going to make this just 80 frames long. Okay, so we're going to come to frame 1 here, and frame 1 with this cannonball selected, we're going to hover over here and press I, and now you can see we have a keyframe added here. It turns yellow. And then let's just go up, to about 5. We don't have to go very far. I'm just going to go to frame 5. And in frame 5, I'm going to enable auto keying here, and that way I can just go G in the viewport and move it. And I'm going to move it to the tip here till it's sitting in there. Like so. I might just move it down a little bit. There we go, fit it nice and snug. I'm going to turn off auto keying. So what you can see here, if I go to frame 1 and I hit the space bar, you can see it moves very quickly, which is what we want. So how do we make this do physics stuff, right? So let's select our sphere, it already is. Let's go over to our physics. Let's give it a rigid body. And we're going to come down here to the collisions, and the shape here, we're going to change to sphere, which in this case is going to work really well because we're working with a sphere. We're also going to come here to the mass. Let's give it something like 12 kilos. This is a metal ball after all. And at the moment, what we want to do is we want to hit animated here because this is an animation, right? So let's come to frame 5, and it's up to frame 5 where we actually want this to still be an animation, right? So with animated enabled, we want to come here, we're on frame 5, and we're going to click here on animate property, and now it gives that a keyframe. Then we just move up 1 to frame 6, and now we're going to turn off animated, and we're going to click on this animate property again to lock that in. So essentially, as long as it is animated while this is ticked, right, it's just going to be an animation. But as soon as we flip over 1 frame to frame 6, that animated switches off, and now our dynamic is kicking in and the animation takes over. And let's see what that looks like. If we go to frame 1 and we hit the spacebar, look at that, boom. Okay, so now a cannonball falls, but let's add a floor. So we're gonna go Shift A, let's just go to mesh options, add a floor, scale it up nice and big. And with our floor, let's just go to our physics, give it a rigid body, and we'll make it passive. And then what we wanna do is we also wanna go into our side view. We're just gonna go Shift D, R to rotate, and let's just add in a plane here. I might just move it down, and then I might just duplicate it again, move on over here. This is just for demonstration purposes, obviously. But you can see here we have this sort of box. So now if I go to frame 1 and I hit the spacebar, boom, our cannonball does that. So how can we make this cannonball be a little bit more reactive. I might just grab the cannonball itself, and I'm going to go to physics and maybe just make it like 8 kilos, which is still quite heavy for a small ball. Okay, that's better. And what I want to do as well, to really get this to go fast, we're going to go, because at the moment it might look like it's going fast, but in reality this thing will be going a lot faster. So to make the physics work, with the sphere selected, just come here to the timeline and just select these last 2 keyframes, which is the switch essentially, and just move it even closer. So maybe let's move it up to like 3. So if we hit the spacebar, let's have a look. Boom. So now it's going so fast, it breaks through this. I'm just going to select this and I'm going to go E to extrude and just give it some thickness, the plane. Now if we go to frame 1 and we hit the spacebar, we can see it bounces off nicely. Let's have a look at that. Boom. Nice. Okay, that's what we want. You can also select the cannon body itself and give that a rigid body. Make it passive and then change the shape to mesh. And now if we hit the spacebar, go to frame 1 and hit the spacebar, you can see it now interacts with that cannon as well. Boom. Right? If you wanted to add a, cube or something here, let's do this. Give that a rigid body. Make it passive, and let's come here to the shape, make it mesh. Okay, let's go now, hit the spacebar, and now it interacts with that. Doof. And that's how cool it is. Another thing I'm going to show you, if you actually grab this sphere, you can simply go Shift D to duplicate it. Okay, right click to let go, it snaps back to its position. And then with this new duplication, just grab all of the keyframes and go G. Maybe let's move them up to frame 26, right? So now, if we go to frame 1 and hit the spacebar, the first one comes out, and then the second one, and you can just keep doing it. I'll select that one again. I'll go Shift D to duplicate. Then I'll grab the keyframes if that's selected, maybe move it up to like 42. And I know this is not how cannons work, but it just gives you an idea. Like, look at that, right? If you wanted to make things more interesting, you could always come here and rotate the wall just slightly, just so there's a bit of deflection. And yeah, that is just so fun. Go ahead and try this out. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I put a lot of effort into these videos, so I hope if you can, if this has been handy, subscribe, like, and check out some other content, or even support the channel on Patreon for a few bucks a month. It just really helps me out and it makes this all possible. I'll see you guys next time.